If you're a fan of Forrest Gump, then stick around, because you're about to discover 10 behind-the-scenes facts about this Oscar-winning movie starring Tom Hanks. Many good movies come from novels, and you may not have known that Forrest Gump is one of them. The book Forrest Gump was written by Winston Groom in 1986, but the Forrest from the book wasn't as innocent and naive as Tom Hanks' version in the movie. In the book, Forrest swears a lot, and had experimented with drugs, while Jenny, on the other hand, never used them at all. If you're like me, you may have assumed that Jenny died from the AIDS virus, but it's never mentioned in the movie what she really died of. However, the author of the book made a sequel novel called Gump and Company, where he explained that Jenny actually died of hepatitis C, which in real life was an unknown disease until the late 1980s. Forrest's famous introduction was actually made up by Tom Hanks on the day of shooting, and the director Robert Zemeckis liked it so much that he reshot scenes of young Forrest in order to match Hanks' delivery. Forrest Gump's heroism in Vietnam to save his platoon was based on a real person, who was Sammy Lee Davis. Davis wasn't mentally slow like Forrest, but he did rescue his comrades during a nasty firefight, and got shot not once, but several times in the buttocks. The Medal of Honor ceremony you see in the movie was created from the real medal ceremony for Sammy Davis, but he didn't drop his pants to show the president his wound. Tom Hanks is no ping-pong champion, so he had to pretend to hit an invisible ball that was added in during post-production. They used a metronome to create a steady rhythm so the actors could use it to set the pace of their swings. Unlike Hanks, the opponent he played was actually a world-class ping-pong player, who ironically had a very difficult time pretending to hit an invisible ball. Everyone who has seen the movie knows that Forrest is from Greenbow, Alabama, but you may not have known that Greenbow isn't a real town. In fact, neither is the Gump's house. It was built specifically for the movie on a plantation in South Carolina, along with Jenny's house that was built just down the street from it. But another fact that will blow your mind is that same plantation is where they also filmed some of the Vietnam War scenes. One of the technical wonders of this movie is how they made Gary Sinise a double amputee, which was done by using blue screen techniques to erase his lower legs, and composite photography and CGI to cover up the spaces where his legs passed through. Visual effects company ILM went through painstaking detail to make the hospital scenes look as lifelike as possible, going so far to create shadows from his legs on the bed and move the sheets around where his amputated legs made contact with it. If you've ever wondered what Forrest really said at the peace rally when his mic got unplugged, Tom Hanks reportedly mentioned that he said, "Sometimes when people go to Vietnam, they go home to their mamas without any legs. Sometimes they don't go home at all. That's a bad thing. That's all I have to say about that." You may not have noticed that one thing stays the same about Forrest with every major transition in the movie, which is that he's wearing a blue plaid shirt for the first scene of each major transition in his life. And you'll notice that even his son is wearing one as he begins his own life's journey at the end of the movie. Click on the playlist up above for more facts about other Robert Zemeckis movies, or click on the suggested video down below it to discover more fun facts about your favorite films.